Before the world danced to the revolutionary sound of Sly and the Family Stone, before the charts reshaped, before funk fused with rock, gospel, and soul, there was a young guitarist with a gentle demeanor and a powerhouse musical vision. This man was a soft spoken genius whose rhythm lines, melodic instincts, and harmonic innovations became the heartbeat of one of the most influential bands in American music. While his brother Sly commanded the spotlight, this man put in his own legacy by crafting guitar parts that shimmered, chords that pulsed with gospel warmth, and grooves that helped define an entire era. Yet, his story filled with creativity, challenges, faith, and unshakable devotion to music has rarely been told in full. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Freddie Stone. Now, if you guys love my videos and love supporting me, then I suggest you become a member of the channel where I will be releasing exclusive videos just for you all. Be sure to get that family tier so you won't miss out on these exclusive perks. If you guys would love to connect with me outside of YouTube, then I am officially announcing that I am on Discord. Here, you can provide me with feedback on my recent uploads. You can drop your suggestions for future videos, or if you just want to chat it up about videos or about music in general, or just about anything, we could do it here. We could do it together. I hope to see you there. The link is in the description below. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. The Stone family story begins in Vallejo, California, where music was the foundation of daily life. The Stone children grew up in a devoted household filled with gospel, harmony, and spiritual discipline. Music wasn't just entertainment, it was a calling. Freddie, born Frederick Stewart on June 5, 1947. At a very young age, he showed talent. While Sly made his way towards keyboards and production, Freddie embraced the guitar, studying tone, harmony, and the power of rhythmic precisions. Even as a child, he was the calm balance to Sly's creative storm, a thinker who listened before he played. The siblings performed together in church, where Freddie learned the importance of timing, feel, and emotional connection skills that would define his future sound. By the mid-60s, Sly Stone became a force in the Bay Area. But he didn't just want to form any band. He wanted something revolutionary. A group that was racially integrated, gender inclusive, spiritually unfined, and musically fearless. Freddie was the first person he called. Together with Cynthia Robinson, Greg Echo, Jerry Martini, Larry Graham, and later Rose Stone, Sly and the Family Stone was born as one of the most radical ensembles in American music history. Freddie's role was immediate and essential. He wasn't just a guitarist, he was the harmony anchor and the co-arranger and the quiet counterpart to Sly's wild brilliance. The band's mission was unity, and Freddie's playing became the glue that held the unity together. To understand Freddie Stone's importance, you have to understand his guitar. Unlike many rock guitarists of the era who favored distortion and aggression, Freddie's style was rooted in warmth, precision, and gospel-inspired chords. His playing blended rhythms and melodies so seamlessly that it became the band's influential foundation. On songs like Sing a Simple Song, Everyday People, Stand, and You Can Make It If You Try, Freddie created patterns that locked perfectly with Larry Graham's slap bass and Greg Echo's drums, forming what many scholars call the birth of modern funk rhythm architecture. But his harmonies was equally essential. Freddie often anchored the mid-range vocals that made the Family Stone sound so rich. While Sly soared high and Larry Graham dropped deep, Freddie filled the middle. His style didn't scream, it spoke, and the world simply listened. Between 1967 and 1971, Sly and the Family Stone released one groundbreaking album after another, and Freddie was at the center of its evolution. The album, A Whole New Thing, was raw, experimental, and full of potential. Freddie guitar reads through the mix with subtle intensity. The album, Dance to the Music, became the explosion. Freddie helps the craft call and the response format that became the band's signature. The album Stand was a masterpiece of unity and social commentary. Freddie co-arranged harmonies and rhythmic structures that elevate the album to a historic level. The album, There's a Riot Going On, is a darker, more introspective record that's shaped heavily by Freddie's grounding presence during the turbulent era in Sly's life. His guitar becomes moodier, foreshadowing the future of funk and soul. Through all of it, Freddie's quiet discipline kept the music centered even as fame pushed the band to its limits. The band's success came with shadows. The presence of fame, grueling touring schedules, and internal tensions strained the unity that they once championed. While Sly wrestled with personal and industry challenges, Freddie became a stabilizing force, protective of his family, loyalty to his bandmates, and deeply committed to the music. Though he avoided the chaos as much as he could, he did feel the weight of the band's struggles. But unlike others, he held on to his spiritual foundation. His faith, rooted since childhood, kept him grounded. He wasn't the loudest voice in the group, but he was the heart. By the mid-70s, the original Family Stone lineup dissolved. Members pursued new paths, new music, new lives. Freddie stepped away from the spotlight, focusing on restoring his balance and reconnecting with his values that shaped him. He continued to write and perform, but his spiritual journey took a new route. Freddie eventually became a pastor, dedicating his life to helping others find strength through faith, much as he has done for his bandmates years before. While he may not have remained in the mainstream music, his influence endured through the ideas of rhythms and harmonic structures he had developed. Freddie Stone's legacy is often overshadowed by the explosive personality of his brother Sly. But to musicians, producers, and historians, Freddie's contributions are unmistakable. He helped invent a genre. He shaped the sound of an era. And he did it with devotion and quiet brilliance. His guitar lines continue to be studied, sampled, and celebrated. His harmonies remain etched into the DNA of funk and soul. His spirit lives in every band that blends rock, gospel, and funk into something entirely new. Freddie Stone was not the loudest member of the Family Stone, but he was the one who ensured that the group stood tall. Freddie Stone once said that music is at its best when it uplifts, unites, and gives people hope. That belief guided his playing, shaped his life, and defined his legacy. In the story of Sly and the Family Stone, he was more than a steady hand. He was a humble innovator in the spiritual core. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Sly and the Family Stone?